Good morning, Jitlets. Or I guess when you're watching this, it's the afternoon, huh? But, nonetheless, I'm realizing a lot of you guys need this class. So, we're getting to the point in the mentorship where I've gone over a majority of the content. Now I need to teach you the accessories, I would call it. So, like, today, we're going to talk about how to actually take notes so that you are retaining the information that I'm showing you. And then, like, moving forward, it's going to be showing you things like how to backtest, how to annotate price, so that you can do live tape rating, and all of this stuff. But we are coming to the end, man. So, it won't be the end of me making YouTube videos. Like, if I feel like I missed something in the mentorship, I'll probably, you know what I mean, I'll probably still cover it in, like, a regular YouTube video. But yeah, man, let's get into the recordings. It's time. I mean the class, what am I saying? Julia, I am recording. I was recording my intro. Why would you hope I'm not recording? Well, that doesn't mean I'm muted on OBS, dude. Alright. Only one person made it to class today because everyone hates me, so no one make fun of me in the comments. Let's get it. So, honestly, these notes suck. Like, I could have done way better on notes, but I told you guys that I used to take notes and I wasn't lying. So, if you guys thought I was lying about my studying, I did study. And to be honest, there should be way more notes than this. I didn't finish my notes because I got kind of cocky, to be honest. But I think there's another Google Doc of my notes. But this is an example of how you should be taking notes, okay? Like I said, these notes suck. Don't copy these notes, because these notes, some of these notes aren't full. Like, the full information isn't there. Like, a lot of these notes I was taking when I was, like, fresh off a freaking shift, dead tired. But basically, the way that I would structure my studying is I would watch the video, and then I would watch the video all the way through. If it's a really long video, like if the video is longer than 20 minutes, I would take notes while I'm watching. But if it's shorter than that, I'll watch the video all the way through without taking notes. And then I watch it back again while taking notes, because the first time I can just like envision what he's saying, really think about it conceptually, and the second time it's just writing it down. Writing it down alone is going to help you retain the information, but it's also for like something for you to look back on so you don't have to go rewatch the whole video. So I would watch it through with no notes, watch it again with notes, and then what you find, if it's like teaching a concept that's on the charts, after you watch the video 2 times through, you go onto the charts and you find it, bro. So you can't just watch these videos and assume you're gonna learn. You have to like really try and retain this information. So for me, I mean, if you guys are right now just focusing on like my mentorship and what I've posted, I would structure it like this too, just like title it More Mentorship or something stupid, and then each class be the header. So like this was a episode for if you've watched core content, you already know, but this was like each of these are the titles of the episodes for ICT's classes, or his like core content. So I title it whatever the video is, and then I highlight the key points. I'm trying to think of how I can word this. I didn't like, I don't know, I don't know every single thing that's in the video, obviously, otherwise that would be kind of pointless. Just grab, like, in every single mentorship or lecture, there's going to be the title of the video or the header or just like what the class is about, and then there's always going to be like subsections. So every time I'm taking notes, it's pretty much just like what the subsection is. Just note the important stuff. Note what you feel like is going to, because it's going to be different for everybody. Whatever I wrote down what I feel like would help me remember what is actually being taught the best. Don't write down everything, bro. Even in regular school, I couldn't stand when people did that, bro. Do not write down everything. Write down what's going to be most important, what's actually going to help you remember the concept. And don't write down, because, well, I don't do it, but like don't write down exactly what's on the screen. Like ICT does a PowerPoint. Don't write down exactly what's on the PowerPoint. Write it in your own words. Like read what he's saying or understand what he's saying, and then say it back to yourself in your own words. And if that's how you understand it, that's what you write in your notes. Don't just write whatever he's saying or whatever's on there, because it has to be in a way that you'll understand. So, I mean, actually writing down notes isn't that complex. But yeah, taking this, we'll do an example. Let me find an example. Let's see. All right, let's just do a rejection block. So let's say you just watched a class. Actually, let's do something I've taught. Let's say you just watched my class on favorite PD arrays. You saw a breaker block, and you noted down breaker blocks and what they are. So now, at this point, if you have it written down in your notes, that means you've watched it through by itself with no notes, no nothing. You've watched it through another time while taking notes, and now what do? You go to the charts and you find examples. That's what you freaking do. Oh, wait. Hi Issa. Alright, but yeah, so now, like I said, you've watched the video through once. Now you've watched it through with notes. Now you're going to go find examples of it on the chart. Do you find just one example? Absolutely not, unless you want to be a failure. You find a ton of examples. So, breaker block. I'm not going to sit here and explain what a breaker block is, because you guys should know if you're this deep into the mentorship. But here's a breaker block. Low, high, lower low, higher high, breaker block. This one didn't hold, whatever. So you just keep looking. Oh, here's one. High, low, higher high, lower low. Never got interacted with. But you want to find, obviously you want to find examples of it working. This one never got interacted with, whatever. But for me, what I used to do is I would find 3 examples of what I learned, and well, 3 in each direction. So like in this example, if you want to find breaker blocks, you're going to find a bearish breaker and a bullish breaker 3 times each. So I'm not going to sit here and do that, because you guys know what a breaker is. But I'll do one example. Let's do one. So here's a breaker. Low, high, lower low, higher high, hold back into the breaker. See you later, alligator. So that's one example of a breaker. But this, what I'm doing right now with the breaker block, is what I do with every single concept that I've ever taken notes on in my life. Every single thing that you see here on these 20 pages of notes, I have watched the class once, watched it back while taking notes, and then went on the chart and found probably more than 6 examples for every single thing that is on this page, bro. Every single thing. It's the only way you're going to retain information, bro. If you don't properly study, you're never going to actually learn. You can't just watch the videos. You can't. But outside of that, let me think. What else could I cover? Because it's not really complex, but it's definitely a topic you guys need to freaking hear. Maybe let's talk about like a studying schedule. Because I talked about this a little bit on TikTok. But like, when it comes to how much chart time you should be spending, it literally should be as much as possible. Like if you have a job, I mean, it depends how bad you want to trade. Like some people just pick this up as like a little side thing, like a little hobby. That's not how I felt about it. The way I felt about it was I want this to be my life. So I made it my life. When I wasn't at work or wasn't at the gym, I was studying. Because a lot of people, I don't know why a lot of people have been asking about like how many hours you should spend a day studying. Bro, if you want to be successful, it's every hour of free time that you have, obviously. So, but I mean, I think what's more important when it comes to studying is actually looking at candles. Like, study the information, get it down, but you need to spend as much time looking at the candles as much as possible. Preferably live price action, but obviously you can't always get that. So even just looking back at already printed price action. Like sometimes I feel like looking back at already printed price action is better than backtesting. At least it was beneficial for me. So, because it's like you can already see it work. You don't have to guess if it's gonna work. You know what I mean? So, yeah. When it comes to studying in your schedule, I would say obviously you need to learn how to view the charts first before you can spend a ton of chart time. But once you have studied all the material, like you don't need to focus on finding everything else, watch every single YouTube video. just freaking get as much chart time as possible, bro. Whether it's live price action or just doing this. I've spent so much time looking at like trading view when the markets close, like how it is right now. What I used to do, well, because like now you guys are at a point in the mentorship where, like I said, I've taught you pretty much like all the technicals that I'm going to teach you. So what you really should be doing if you want to get chart time, especially on the weekends because the market's closed, nothing's moving, you should be going through every single day that you possibly can until TradingView runs out of candles, and just acting like it's a new day. I mean, you can do the bar replay if you want, make it look like it's market open again. I don't really like it. The candles print really weird, so I used to just leave the candles printed and go back and act like it's a new day. So I come here Friday, here's market open. Would I have really been bullish this day? Would have I really taken longs? And I would just go and look for trades every single day. Go back every single day. That's how I would get chart time. Because there does come a point where you don't need to, like, obviously it's always good to keep learning and keep learning new concepts and stuff like that, but there comes a point where you don't need to. Like, at this point, if you've fully retained everything that I've taught in the mentorship so far, I'm not saying there isn't other things to learn out there, but if you fully retained everything that I've taught so far, you don't really need to keep learning. Like, you should and you can, but it wouldn't be necessary. If you took everything that I've taught you so far and just did what I told you, go back through, look at every single day that TradingView has to offer, and just build a bias, see if you were right, see why you were wrong. Like, that's just going to be super effective, instead of going and learning the new trading model that's popping right now, CRT or penis in my butt model, bro. I don't know. You don't need any of that, man. Just, I've taught you how to find your own liquidity. I've taught you order flow. To be honest, those two things are really all you need. But I've taught you all that. I've taught you all the PD arrays. I've taught you how to find buys. I've taught you how to do top-down analysis. Bro, just take all of that and apply it to the charts and see why you're right and why you're wrong every single day. You need to look at these candles as much as possible. You need to be dreaming about fair value gaps, bro. That's what it needs to be. But to be honest, this class can't really be that long. There's not much to talk about. Just the studying schedule. I mean, how I study content. You watch it through once, no notes. You watch it through again with notes. And then you take whatever concept you learn from the video and you find it on the charts as many times as possible. I think 3 bullish and 3 bearish examples for each concept that you're learning is fair. But to be honest, back in the day, I used to find way more. Like, I would just go until I can't. So just get as many reps as possible, bro. But schedule-wise, I mean, it really just depends how bad you really want it. I know how corny that sounds, but if you really, really want to do this, you should be spending every hour of free time that you have studying. So there's no confusion about the schedule. Spend as much time as you have. But yeah, man, it doesn't really get much more complex than that. So, I mean, what is that, day 18? I would say we're probably going to make it to like 25 days, maybe 30 days if I really stretch it. But like I said, bro, conceptually, I've taught you everything you guys need, or at least everything that I know and I use every day. So there's no need to keep making it more complex. There's no need to be freaking adding a bunch of classes, dropping a CRT class, dropping a new model class. I don't even want to give you guys models. Like, I've already given you one. I don't even really want to give you guys models, bro. Take what I've taught. You can decide if you want to be a discretional trader or if you want to build a model from what I've taught, and then just keep it pushing, bro. I don't want to give you guys models. So I'm just gonna teach you guys how. Maybe I'll make a class on like how to build a model. I'm definitely gonna do a class on backtesting. I'm definitely gonna do a class on tape reading, and then I'll probably do like 3 or 4 mentality classes, because we definitely need to go over that some more. And then that might be it, bro, to be honest. But we'll see, man. Now, I know this video was short, but hopefully it got my point across about how you should be studying if you really want to learn the information. So yeah, man, Sunday, have a good Memorial Day. Think of me all night while you dream and sleep, and you know what I'm saying? Bye bye.